Hi guys, what a perfect day. We're having just a little bit of a drizzly, cloudy day, and I've been gifted all of these beautiful plants, and it has just been too hot until today and too dry to even think about planting. And fortunately, this whole week looks wet. It was wet yesterday, it's wet today. My rain barrel's full.
Well, now let's talk about the rain barrel.
Oh yeah, we had a big storm Saturday night, and I'm watching that rain barrel get full, bubbling over, and there was a lot of wind with it too. And then when I go down yesterday, fill up my water bottles, the hose had fallen down on a rain barrel. The hose sits up so that you don't lose your water. And I go to get it, and it was bone dry. You could lift up the whole thing, but it's full. That there's things you have to think about at times, and I don't always think about it. But these have been gifted to me through this month of September because when you have a birthday and you're a gardener, everybody knows what you want. And
so you celebrated a birthday in the month of September.
I did.
Good for you.
This month, I did.
We're not going to talk about age.
No, age doesn't matter. But these are divisions from a great friend, Barb. And over here, I'll show you. This is called a stiletto. It's called Stiletto Hosta. And it only gets 8 to 12 inches tall, 12 to 24 wide, zone 3 through 8. And I may keep it in this pot till next spring and then bury it. And then plant it, probably down in that little shade area that you probably haven't seen yet, that I've just done a little stack stone wall on, but it's going to go down there. It'll keep it through the winter. Midge is right here to help us. Look at this. This is another compact form of aster, which thrills me. This is called Purple Dome Aster. It's hardy to zone 5. Look at this. Full sun, 18 to 24 inches tall. And you all know I have really tall asters in the spring. I do try and cut them back. And I'm going to cut them back even more next spring because they're still more tall than what I want them to be. And these can be trimmed back as well, which creates more blooms and more compact head. But this will be perfect. It's only 18 to 24 inches tall and 12 inches wide. That's 12 inches right there just from the soil. So if it gets 18 inches, maybe 24 inches, it'll still be just beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it'll be nice.
And then 12 inches wide, so it'll stay compact. It's going to go in the island bed. So we've talked about the stiletto. We're talking about Purple Dome. And then we have this, look at this gorgeous sedum, which also, this is full sun, that's shade. This is full sun, and this is dragon blood.
Sedum.
Dragon blood sedum. It doesn't get more than 4 to 6 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and not fussy soil. It needs moderate soil. If all sedums are very drought tolerant, we don't have to worry too much about that. I will not put biotone in this. I we'll probably add a little biotone to the aster. And then, okay, so the sedum will go up in the upper border. And I have this Buddleia. This is so cute. This is called, now this was not a division from anyone. This was a gift, again, from another good friend, Barb. And this Buddleia only gets 20 inches tall by 28 inches wide. Very compact and cold hardy to minus 20, which is a zone 5. So this is a great plant. It's fragrant. Have you smelled that?
No.
Reg? Oh, it's very fragrant, stays compact. These purple blooms start in summer and go clear through fall. What I'm excited about, it'll go in the little curved bed there, which I'm excited about. Non-fussy. They don't, you don't have to do much with this, but I will add my compost and a little root starter on it. Of course, it's every bee and butterfly is going to love it, and I'm going to love it. So we'll put that right there. The last 2 plants I have are these bearded irises. This is called Sunrise Elegy, which I have photos and they'll be on the screen. And this one is called Easter Candy. They're both tall bearded irises, about 37 inches tall. What I did do this morning, I did soak their roots in a little bit of moisture because it has been dry, and these were gifted to me dry, but I like to moisten them before I put them in the soil. And with the bearded iris, I will only use my compost right now, and then in the spring, I'll throw a little bone meal, or the lowest nitrogen fertilizer you have is the best for irises. Nitrogen creates more leaf, and we don't want leaf, we want bloom. So lower the nitrogen, better the bloom. So then I guess we're just going to get started. So I'm going to take out this little pin cushion flower, Scabiosa. It's butterfly blue, and it may be given to another friend, because I'm feeling that my Buddleia will be perfect in this area, because look at this beautiful clematis. This is Sarah Elizabeth, and this purple against Sarah Elizabeth, lovely, lovely, lovely. Plus, being that small, compact, it'll be perfect in this little spot to give me that color throughout the summer and into the fall, which was lacking with, this is a bed full of daylilies and the Scabiosa.
Scabiosa, what a weird name.
It is a weird name, but
Sounds like something you pick up in a hospital. What's he got? Oh, shoot.
I got Scabiosa.
He's got Scabiosa. Oh, my goodness.
All right, so there we've got the Scabiosa out. We'll stick it in a little pot. Probably could be divided too, it looks like.
Well,
we won't fool with that. That's for another day.
Yeah.
Scabiosa right there. And in here is going to go my little Buddleia. Let me get the whole out, a little compost, and I want to add some biotin. I mean, you know, you can dig down, but it's not really wet here yet. We have been in that drought all summer, but this rain is wonderful.
Well, we sure had our full share of pollinators this year, didn't we?
Oh, goodness. It was so fun.
Seen so many bees.
So fun. And butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
It's just been gorgeous. It's been a good summer. Really nice plant. Nice little root system. And, yep, I'm going to add my little compost. A little biotin. Give it a good start. That. And this is the perfect, we haven't had, I can't say that out loud, but we haven't had cloudy days since May. Just a half cup there. And we'll get this right in the soil. Just like that. And what soil I took out, we'll add back in. There we go. Get this watered in. Get it compacted in there so we don't have any air holes. I don't think I probably need to make this one a tag. For now, that's what's going to happen. And I'll give it a little drink. And it will be ready to go. All right.
Okay, on to the next one.
Upward, onward, and upward. Next on the list is my purple dome aster. And I think I'm going to like it here because it stays compact and small. And it's this time of year, and your aster will start blooming. It says this one can start late summer and go through the fall. And it picks up then on the asters and the sedums that are in here, this pretty purple color that's going to make me happier next year in this garden bed that we just redid. So let's get some of the old soil out. And this soil's, we've said this through the whole process, this soil's good in here. And
it wasn't when we first put it in.
No. So we'll get this aster in here. I will add my compost, a little bit of biotone on it. And root starter for the asters. You want to give them a good start. They came from a great home. So I know how nice this plant looks in Barb's garden. And that'll go there. Oh, Barb, look at the good root system on that. She divided this sometime this year. I'm going to loosen just a little bit there. Maybe down too low. In the fall, you can leave their blooms up because the birds like to eat like their seeds. Your little goldfinches, they favor the seeds. And then you can cut them back in the spring. Or at least once you start seeing some new green growth coming from the bottom here, that's when you can cut the stems off. But they are hardy plants. They are very hardy plants. We'll add a little more compost. Circle that around it. Do you know how wonderful it is to get in and get plants that have been sitting out and having to be watered? And I'm hoping that this is an indication how the weather has changed, that we will not have to be watering as often as I was. And then I'll add the mulch back. And come on, rain.
You know, some viewers might ask, what's that scrub brush doing laying down there?
Oh, when I add fresh water, I scrub. Our birds, when it comes to a bird feeder, they like fresh water. Bird bath, yeah. Thanks, Reg. The bird bath. So whenever I get ready to add fresh water, I'll take the little brush, clean it out real well, put in fresh water, and it's almost like immediate, isn't it, Reg?
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch how they want to come to a fresh bath. And there's been a couple blue jays with a baby coming into it.
Oh, God, they look great.
They are so cute. But that's what that brush is for. You know, you got to keep things convenient if you're going to get things done. All right. I've got the tag for Purple Dome Aster. Let's go down here. We're going to go put in the tall bearded iris. This is my Easter candy iris. And I'm just going to groom it up before it goes in. Like I said, it's been hot and dry. But I did hydrate the roots. Now, when you plant an iris, you want the top of the bulb always exposed. They like to be really in full sun, full heat. The roots will be planted. I've already created a mound down here. I've created a mound that this will sit on top of.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and we'll spread the roots on either side. And it's so nice that the soil is moist because it stands up.
Yeah,
I'm going to add a little compost. With the irises, as I mentioned, in the spring, I'll come in and use a little bone meal or any low nitrogen fertilizer that you have. But you've got the roots down here, and then we just fill in with the dirt around the roots.
That's easy.
Yeah, it is. Keeping the rhizome above the soil level. Oh, I love this.
Make sure you get all the roots covered.
Yeah, you want to make certain those roots are covered for sure. Now, in the winter, I have never... Oh, that's a root.
That's a root, yeah.
That's a root, people. Get that root down in there. It's about a 4-inch hole that you dig, and then you mound up the center, and then the roots fit in about 4 inches in the holes. And there's that one. And this is sweet little elegy.
Sunrise elegy.
Sunrise elegy. It's got, and like I said, I will make certain that I show you. These are good for back a border or mid border. So I'm putting this.
What would you call this?
What? That's tall.
No, I mean like mid border, back of border.
Oh, this is mid border. That's front of the border, mid border, back of the border. And that's not doing what I wanted to do. There we go. All right, let's get Sunset Elegy in its soil. Looks like a bug. Perfect day. Perfect day. And like I said, I've got this little mound right here. The roots go beside it. Spread them out. Keep the top of the rhizome exposed to the sun. Keep it in full sun, which means at least 6 hours of sun every day. Full sun. 6 hours.
Okay.
I think that looks good. That looks good. I'm stepping on everything. Put this in my pocket. This in my pocket. Give it a little water. Don't leave these. Let's water them, and then we'll head up to the water barrel garden. There has to be a better name for that than that. Keep them moist. This is feeling good. So we just have one more plant to plant. So here we are up against this little rock wall, which I just love. And this is my sedum. And the sedums can take average soil. This is a lot of clay. And so I am going to add some of my compost just to make me feel better. They aren't fussy plants, sedums. They're drought tolerant. Like I said, they take average soil. This likes full sun. And let's take this out of its pot. I'm hoping I have a female head that I'm hoping I can take a little bit of this and put in its head because it just looks so cool. Oh, I'm sure I can. Oh, this is awesome. I can divide this out, Barb.
Just like that.
Look at that. And I'll stick that here because it's going to look so lovely creeping down over this wall. Oh, do I love it? Yes. I might put some down on the other little wall too. That came out, oh, beautifully. Love, love, love. Oh, it looks so pretty from this side even already. Oh. Dragon blood.
What is it?
It's called dragon blood. Dragon blood sedum. 4 to 6 inches tall. This is as tall as it's going to get, and it can get every bit of 12 to 8 inches wide. So my hopes is, to keep dividing it out and taking it maybe everywhere, because it's got such beautiful color. Can you see the reds and the greens and the pinks? And yeah. All right. I'll give this a little drink of water, even though it doesn't need it. But when you put any plant in the ground, give it a little water, create a little reservoir right there. And now I'll just put this mulch over top of it. It'll look like it's always been there. Put that like that. I love this. Anything that will drape over the rock wall just softens the whole look. All right. Is that it? Is that the last of them?
I think.
Yay, this is awesome.
So I guess we're done. Don't rub those hands on my face again.
I know. This morning,
she gave me a little smooch. Turned out
Reggie always comes up with paint on his hands, and he says he's going to hug me, but my hands look like this morning. And I just put it around his pretty little face and on his beard. He loved it. Don't let him tell you anything differently. But anyhow, that is getting these plants in the ground before it's. We want to give them at least 6 weeks, if not longer, to get a good root system. And I haven't looked at when our first frost or temperatures will drop, but it probably isn't until the middle or end of October, 1st of November, if that long. So they'll have plenty of time to get rooted. And thanks to all those people who brought these gifts to me for my birthday. I love you guys, and I love these plants. These plants will be well cared for. So that's it on Gardening on the West Fork, Zone 6B, Weston, West Virginia, on a cloudy week and rainy days, which I love. So see you the next time, guys.